Bonnie Blue's about to snap, and it's been coming for a while. She got banned on OF, and that's kind of kicked this all off. That is, by the way, arguably the worst thing you could have done to her. And it's even getting to the point now where she's having to wear disguises to go out in public. And that might actually be the least of her worries at the moment. The accusations are piling up, the funniest of which is that she's had a secret sex change.
So there's now speculation that Bonnie Blue was actually a man. Someone called Carl Butler.
Now, Bonnie Blue aside, this is kind of terrifying. We're on like the cusp of indistinguishable AI, and yet boomers are still kind of routinely being tricked by iPhone apps.
Kyle Butler had to change when he was 13 and then became Bonnie Blue. Damn.
Yeah, classic 13-year-old that. The best of us would have fallen for this. But you know what? In comparison to what's happened this week, all of this is just basically noise. Because Bonnie Blue got in a room this week with a lad called Andrew Tate. I'm not entirely sure who he is. He might be a bus driver. I've had a look at his file and it says something about traffic. But this podcast, in theory, is like the culmination of two completely opposing forces coming together. As you can probably imagine, it went exactly how you thought it would go.
I would argue that a lot of the men who you are gay.
No, it can be intimidating though for guys.
No, it's not about intimidation. They are gay.
Obviously, it's unhinged. I think that might be a given. But at the same time, this might be the most profound philosophical dialogue of our time.
When you see a man who wants to play with a baby all day, that man is probably gay. It's fucking boring.
Well,
So,
it doesn't mean he wants to fuck the kid.
No, he's gay.
I actually had a look at the comments before I started watching this. And it's a long podcast, by the way. This is like 2.5 hours. Unanimously, people seem to just think that Tate let her destroy herself. And with some of these clips and some of these unprovoked responses, it's actually not too hard to believe.
Here's some pussy. Don't kill me. Please.
It's not 1500 anymore.
No, but it doesn't matter. That's all they've ever done.
I would have fucked Hitler to survive.
Even with the blue eyes and the blonde hair, I don't think even he would go there. But it all really comes down to one thing. You just cannot shame the shameless. There's been so many interviews and podcasts recently where the interviewer has tried to shame Bonnie Blue.
Out of the 1,000 men, there was a lot of barely legal boys. Mm-hmm. Do you not have a problem with the fact that they're literally borderline underage?
No, because they're 18.
It is poor form because you could say literally everything correct. You could have the moral high ground on basically every issue. No matter what you say, Bonnie Blue would not be rocked. She's impervious to damage. She just keeps walking forward. And almost every single time this happens, she just applies rage bait until the interviewer just self-destructs.
They're still children. My nephew's 18. Mm-hmm. He's still a child.
I'll send him to me then.
No, I'd absolutely never do that.
Hopefully I'll find him in my queue one day.
No, I don't think he will because he has respect for himself.
She's a Venus flytrap, and by this point, people should probably know the deal. So with that in mind, a different approach was needed, and that is what we got. He started by paying his respects, and when you're talking to a walking fleshlight, this is probably the greatest of respects that you can pay.
So Bonnie's a hoe.
I don't want to insult Bonnie Blue.
You can't insult me.
I mean, you called her a hoe when I last talked to you.
No, I said she was a whore.
In OnlyFans camgirl culture, this is the nicest thing you could have said. I just kind of got straight into it after this. He asked the biggest question straight off the bat.
So what's this about you having a sex demon inside you, Bonnie?
Well, apparently I've got soulless eyes. What do you think? And wait, sorry, I picture this. Me on my knees looking up to you. Tell me if they're soulless, or tell me if you're hard.
Do you have a soul?
Now, this is a common theme of Bonnie Blue. A lot of people do think she's a sex demon. I'm not sure I do. I think she's more like a robot or something. Like, it's kind of a tired narrative by this point, but she's soulless. And I think all of that is just a function of selling out your personality. To the average person, that would probably be enough to make you feel a bit standoffish. Obviously, though, she ain't speaking to a random person now.
So she's making her own choice. That's a fantastic thing. I actually have a lot of respect for you because you own it and you're honest about it.
Now, in fairness, he might just be trying to secure a contract for his camgo agency. But the amount of respect being given in this conversation is hard to believe. And on that point, because it is a common theme of Bonnie Blue at this point, she went on to talk about her family.
But like my parents, I mean, everyone says my parents can't love me, my family must have disowned me. It's not the case. My family brought me up to be independent and live my best life, how I want to live. And as much as people think that is so shameful, that's disgusting, like, my life's become so much better and I'm happy. As much as people think I should be scarred, could kill myself and everything else, it's like, I am happy. I genuinely live a much better life. So my family are nothing but proud of me. So
Are you really happy?
Really, really happy. happy and wet
when you're
most of the
alone.
time.
Now, this one's actually quite interesting because there was another interview in the last week with a guy called hstikkytokky. And in this, he obviously brings up the same thing everybody else brings up. But one of the points was about a family. And for the first time ever, Bonnie Blue kind of had a little mini breakdown. I don't think anybody's ever seen Bonnie Blue face before, so it is interesting viewing.
What do your parents say about this?
They generally are proud.
No, they're
and they
not.
support. This one is generally boring.
They're not. They're
It's
not.
actually boring me.
They are
I'm
not.
sitting in having the same conversation. Oh, your
They're
parents don't
not.
support you. Oh, they're disgusting.
Mate, they can't look at you and think that that's normal.
And I know I said she was impervious, but somewhere deep down, she is, or at least was a human. So she has a breaking point, and I feel like this is it. It must be pushing on some kind of truth, because she weren't having it, and for a girl that will take anything, not having this is very telling.
Bonnie, why are you rattled?
I'm not right. I'm just getting
Sit
pissed
down.
off.
Come on, sit down.
No, I'm just getting bored.
Take a
of it
chill
now.
pill. Sit down,
How much
girl.
longer? I'm generally getting bored.
Sit down,
It's the
girl.
same conversations.
Sit down, girl.
Huh? Nah, I'm just getting
Come on,
bored.
Bonnie. Sit down. She
Yeah,
can't. She
rude.
can't take being pressed.
I can't take it. I'm just getting bored.
No, you just can't take being pressed. It's fine.
Now, for a girl that has maybe 4 dialogue options, crashing out over repeated questions is pretty funny. And you'll also know as well as I do, the only time you really get agitated when you're being pressed, well, it's when people are circulating truth. You only need to go back to the Andrew Tate clips. To anybody else, obviously, this would have been an insult.
I mean, you called her a hoe when I last talked to you.
No, I said she was a whore.
So if that ain't phasing her, but the other stuff is, then obviously there's got to be something there. This led me down quite an interesting path, to be fair. It reminded me of the old videos she used to do with her family. Like the ones about her dad, for example. These ones are so insane that it's hard to believe it's true.
Dad say about it?
Honestly, he loves it. Like, obviously, he doesn't sit watching the videos, but like all my social media, my TikToks, he'll have a look at. And he's just proud seeing how happy I am. I've got these stamps and it says, like, I slept with Bonnie Blue, I want to sleep with Bonnie Blue and stuff. And like, I was practicing them on my dad, and my dad was like, I need to go to the pub after this. And he's got like stamps all up his arms to say he slept with his daughter.
I have no doubt that it could be real. The bloodline is corrupted. But even the person she claims is her mum went on the Reality Check podcast. What are the chances that both your parents are on board? Pretty low, probably. Pretty low.
What was it like after cleaning up after bang?
Messy. Hundreds of condoms, boxer shorts, tops, stained bed sheets, wet bed sheets.
So even when you hear, you know, that she slept with 158 guys in 2 weeks.
It's just part of a job, and that's
Tolerating it because it's your daughter is one thing, but like reveling in it and going on a public platform and talking about cleaning up, again, it is too insane to be true. And pictures do actually exist in the public domain of what is confirmed to be her mum. I may just be being optimistic, but this has to be a paid actor. I mean, you tell me, I'm no expert on facial features or anything, but it does make so much more sense to me that she would just be hiring actors to spite her real family. That would all tie in because it would make sense why the family question is so touchy. By the way, this wouldn't be the first time she's done exactly this to someone close to her.
Her estranged rugby player husband, Ollie Davidson, is left shocked by Bonnie's debauched antics. While Bonnie recently insisted that Ollie supported her new career and even worked with her behind the scenes, a friend has told the Mail that he believes privately educated Ollie is furious with his wife and wants nothing to do with her.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's from a tabloid, the Daily Mail, which has about as much credibility as Bonnie Blue. One thing I did also notice is in that interview where she crashed out, one of the people walking around with her in her entourage behind the camera, it was the same bloke from the podcast with her mum. Stinks of just a setup, and either way, I feel so bad for the family. Either they are unapologetically the most tapped people in Britain, or they are complete victims of their daughter, and every time she speaks, the knife is twisted more.
I mean, I guess I contradict myself a little bit because I help society out a lot. And I do that because do you see how many dicks I drain? How many balls I've been emptied out on my face? How many pies I've taken and scooped it out? Like,
And how does that help society?
sex workers help, like, reduce rape rates by over 30%.
That sounds like a stat you just made up.
Yeah, you know what? At least the interviewer is not allowing her to say anything without any pushback. And I think she kind of hit a brick wall with this because then she realised she weren't justifying it. With that in mind, she did what she does. She went straight back to default settings.
But I'd happily take an 18-year-old on their birthday. Like,
Why?
they're closer to 18. I just want them, you know, to be young, innocent. I want to strip them from that. I want to
steal
take
their
innocence. I want to watch
Like
their
Shang Tsung.
toes curl up as they come for the first time from a girl. Like, I love that. And I also think it's educational. So
She really does just have like NPC dialogue options. I must have heard this at this point about 1,000 times. Bonnie Blue, I might be your parents because you've disappointed me. And a disappointment, it only really gets worse as you go on.
for me walking around shooting people up, disruptive. I'm not doing that. I mean, I'm taking their loads, but I'm not shooting up. And really, probably if I drove through London Bridge and ran people over, I'd probably get less press than 1,000 people.
True.
Society hide all the
True.
shit that's going off.
True.
As soon as it's
True.
a sex worker, because it's not really damaging news, but they push it out there because they don't want to show what's really happening.
There you have it. Bonnie Blue was a victim of the media and of society. I mean, she's definitely a victim, but just not in a way she thinks. I genuinely can't tell if she's actually stupid or just playing up to it. It's probably a mix of both, but I guess we'll never know. And this is all kind of made worse by the fact that she recently got in a beef and somehow won.
It's like I've ordered a cameo and I've accidentally got the strangest Christmas gift I ever could have asked for. But yeah.
Hey Alex, I do a lot of crazy events, which I know you're aware about, but nothing as crazy as threatening to bash my ex in with a brick.
Now, I've already used this analogy, but I'll use it again. Getting stomped on from the moral high ground by a walking fleshlight. I mean, that might be a new low. The term's thrown around a bit, but that is a new low. Don't worry though, they made up.
I let somebody enter me that couldn't even buy alcohol from the shop. He was only 4 foot as well.